In today's video, I'm going to be asking the question, is the squeeze season back on? And we're going to be focusing on two stocks, ticker symbol JOBY and also ACHR, which has been featured on a number of occasions on the channel, Archer Aviation. So stay tuned for details of that. And then for MMTLP, we're going to be looking at the key to position close only and a significant update for TradeStation. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, in terms of the stock market today, the Dow Jones slips, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq are ticking higher, and investors are basically waiting right now details of the US-China trade talks which are taking place. So the S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq were all mixed, and obviously these trades are very, very important, especially for the long term. So from Fox Business, we can see, going back to the previous video where we looked at the dispute between Trump and Elon Musk, they're basically saying this thing is not good for shareholders, especially for shareholders of Tesla. So if we have a look at the potential impact for Tesla, what we shared live in the Discord is the shares were down, and I think they are still down, especially after Argus and Baird have downgraded the stock, and obviously Trump is threatening to remove contracts for Tesla. So let's see how that develops. So in terms of one of the Congress trades, we're going to report, this is now from Jill Cicernos. He's filed a number of new stock trades, and one that is interesting is NOC, ticker symbol NOC, also known as Northrop Grumman stock, and this congressperson sits on the House Armed Services Committee. Obviously no inside information there. So shared live in the Discord a number of important updates with regard to many stocks. First of all, we had an update for NLSP. There was a merger news there, and that was up significantly, at least 17% at the time that we reported that in the pre-market. And then IONQ, huge news there. There's a potential $1.1 billion deal. AWE, there's a deal there with Qualcomm. WBD, another stock with an important update, that was up 10% on plans to split into two listed companies. And we also shared news in terms of a Trump executive order for air taxis, in particular ACHR. So let's have a look at an impact on IONQ. This is also a stock that we featured a number of occasions on the channel. So in terms of this $1 billion deal, the combined company is looking to build approximately 256 physical qubits with 99.99% accuracy. So great news there for IONQ. And other good news that we shared was ticker symbol WBD, also known as Warner Brothers. The shares were up in terms of a plan to split into two standalone equities. So this is a potentially good news, and it's expected to take place mid-2026, with Global Networks retaining a 20% stake in the streaming company. Before we get started, I'd like to take 1 minute of your time to share details of the Trading Secrets Discord. This includes daily stock alerts shared in the pre-market, the weekly watches shared prior to trading on the Monday, the $1 Million Challenge, and much, much more. So we also have had some tremendous calls in the weekly watch list, as well as the daily stock alerts, and these include LEAES up over 152% on the week, DOMH up over 210% on the week, IGTI up over 77% on the week, and many, many more. We have a new channel called Top Rank Stocks DD, and this includes PDF reports which you can download and use for research and due diligence. Obviously you can join us in live trading chat as well. We've just had a $2,000 Discord update which includes breaking news for stocks, including bio stocks, earnings, analyst ratings, Reddit news, why the stock is moving, and much, much more. And as well as that, you can join us in the famous $1 Million Challenge, where we look at compound return investing and 201 trades. And just a reminder of the power of compounding. If you have 1 cent, you double that for 30 days, you would have over $5 million, but we are using a strategy of just a 3.5% return. I'd like to now share a post from Charles Payne, who's just posted, short squeeze season is upon us. I've pumped, I love the smell of smart money scrambling to buy stocks, and I already own them at much cheaper prices. So I do think there is some truth in what Charles is saying. And shared live in the Discord earlier, there was a stock, ticker symbol KLTO, and at that time it was up over 680%, ticker symbol KLTO, also known as Clotho Neurosciences. We also shared news with regard to Google, positive news there, so go ahead and check that out. But in terms of what actually happened, so this is a company which is a bio stock, and they were trading higher in the pre-market. They announced findings of a preclinical studies indicating potential of elevating the Clotho gene expression to simultaneously reduce age association degeneration in multiple organs. So go ahead and check out KLTO, a potential squeeze stock. What I'd now like to do is move on to have a look at ACHR. So those of you who've been following the channel will know that I covered this as early as April 2025, then May 2025, and more recently 7th of June 2025, each time with significant updates and news. So there is also news we're going to be sharing today, but let's have a look at the chart for the year to date for Archer Aviation, ACHR. So when we first covered this, there was an opportunity to get this close to the $6 mark, and at one point earlier on, late May, it achieved the price close to the $14 mark. Right now, after going below the $10 mark, it is now in good momentum, currently at $11.49 and up over 12.76%. So we also added this to our weekly watch list shared prior to trading on the Monday. So congratulations to everybody in the Discord who looked at ACHR, which is doing well right now today. So let's have a look at a post from the company, and they stated here, breaking news: another piloted flight completed as we hosted the UAE's aviation regulator last week with an immersive look into Midnight's flight operations and a series of working sessions in support of our certification efforts in the country. So great news. And the other stock, I think, connected to ACHR, which is going to benefit from President Trump's executive order. So Joby is another one that was up 11%. And in terms of this executive order, the purpose was to boost American development, commercialization and export of drones. And obviously the order establishes electric vertical takeoff and landing, eVTOL, integrated pilot program, and also looking at deployment of vertical operations in the US. So these two stocks especially have been benefiting immensely from this. So keep an eye out on ticker symbol JOBY and ACHR. What I'd like to share with you is details of a potential 30% discount for Slice. This is the home of the mind of the best financial investors. I am pleased to join their team, so you can use the discount code below, and it will also be shared in the video description. So that will give you 30% off the membership, and in there I will be sharing details of DD, stock analysis, buy and sell alerts, and two recent buy alerts shared in there. First one included Alphabet, where I'm currently up over 10%, and the other one was for ticker symbol RDDT, Reddit. I'm currently up over 8.4%. And now let's share an interesting post from Nicholas Ryer, who's posted, could the Options Clearing Corporation, OCC, hold the key to MMTLP? So he's conducted some research and he's asked the question, could the OCC instruct members not to close short positions? We're looking at the feasibility. So they do have the authority to issue operational or risk management instructions. In terms of the MMTLP context, the OCC might instruct members to hold positions pending final settlement instructions from the DTCC or FINRA, and they could direct members, i.e. brokers, to follow specific protocols for unwinding positions in a halted or delisted security, which is MMTLP. So what is the likelihood? Basically, the instructing members not to close short positions would be unusual. So obviously this is probably most likely not happen from the OCC in terms of were they instructed not to close their positions. It is highly unlikely that the OCC would have done that. So basically, normally the instruction would come from FINRA or the SEC. That we don't know about because we would need discovery. But in terms of the OCC, the primary role is to ensure the orderly clearing and settlement, not to dictate trading strategies. However, in extraordinary cases like MMTLP, where there are strong and significant, and I think almost proven allegations of naked short selling and settlement failures which have been surfaced, they may issue guidance to prevent these actions that could exacerbate market disruption. So far I don't think they've really said much, but what John Bird has stated is exactly what the OCC did to the option chain trading in TRC prior to the original series preference dividend being issued. Many posts are on this, and the question is why. So he basically a strong implication there that they had a role to play in this. So the next post here is from Otis, who's posted with regard to TRCH and MMTLP, and he states, what the hell is this? So if anybody out there knows what this is, we're looking at the screen and it's showing MMTLP tokenized after close question mark. So if we look at the image here, it states token torch transfers. So the first one is for 1 TRCH, and then it's 60 million TRCH, then it's 1.4999 million TRCH, then 3 TRCH, and the final one is for 63 million TRCH. So I'm also unable to explain that, so if anybody is aware of what that is, that will be interesting as well. And final post here is from Todd, who stated, just checked his TradeStation account. I don't use this account anymore. Only reason I opened it was to purchase MMTLP. The shares have gone. He has accused it with no amount of shares showing. He has screenshots taken at the time of the U3 halt. So the question for anybody else on TradeStation, do you have the same situation? And finally, those of you in the Discord, congratulations to everybody who got in some of these trades last week. We called out VVPR up 34%, BIRD up over 23%, LEU up over 15%, SGHT up over 13.8%, and as you've just seen, we just called out what the first one on our list was ACHR, currently up in excess of 15% right now at time of editing. So congratulations to everybody in those stocks, and details are in the description below if you would like to get the weekly watch list. And thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.